Yo, what is going on, everyone? Today is Monday, April 20th, 2026, and today we took one trade. We had TP 1 to 1.5 RR. It was pretty clean. It was a Monday, no news Monday. But price action was just pretty clean today, and it just happens every typical Monday. Sometimes you get something really good, and today was that day. Anyway, going into the higher time frame bias. We did have a big gap once market opened in Asia, so we had like a new week opening gap that we had to fill. This was from the news where the Strait of Hormuz closed, but then we just kept moving higher to close this gap. Um, for me, it's like, all right, the gap has to be closed and all the way filled until we hit this very high that we just made previously. So we were just moving up the whole time, and we hadn't hit that new week opening gap, so we still have a draw higher, which is really good. And then something that I noticed is on NQ, we had uh, London sweep out Asia lows, but on ES, uh, London did not sweep out Asia lows. So there was some manipulation that happened, which just told me that, okay, New York is probably just going to continue because there was no manipulation that needs to be done in New York. So I can expect to be longs. There was also draws above, like all-time highs, and that new week opening gap that still wasn't hit. So bullish draws there. So also bullish in that sense. Um, and then the last one was that when we opened, we dumped down a little bit, and then we left those 930 highs above, which I love to target. You guys know that. So yeah, those were my final targets too. Even if price isn't bullish like for the entire day, I think we still got the move that we wanted to see. And basically, it's just looking at the first like really 15-minute fair value gap that might be formed and what might come out of that, right? So when I drew my range, I saw this range right here, and I saw EQ would hit just about this area. So usually I don't look at just EQ and see if price hits that exact EQ line and then rejects or go any higher. I typically like to see, where did I draw this? I'm pretty sure it was like, I think it was here. I don't know why I'm drawing it over there. Yeah, it was something like this. EQ like right here. So as you can see, like we hit that EQ line, but that EQ line was also in a 15-minute fair value gap. I don't like to just use this white line you see with the 50% retracement as like, okay, no matter what happens, price is just gonna hit that EQ line and then reverse and keep going higher. No, you want to usually pair that with some sort of PD array that's within that EQ line, right? So this 15-minute was pretty ideal because it was in that like 50% line. I think, or wait, someone said we were also in a 30-minute, which worked out very well. Yeah, I think, yeah, Ryan in the Discord said that, I'm pretty sure. So that was ideal too. And yeah, I was basically just waiting for price to come lower, tap this 15-minute, and then continue going higher. And first, what happened was we came down, we left relative equal lows, and we started accumulating. So at this point, when we came down, I did say, okay, I want to see this 2-minute get inversed. But now, since we were just like accumulating, I didn't want to see this get inverse and then take longs. I might have just faded that or waited because I usually want to see like a V-shaped recovery. So when this was happening, I remember saying in the live, like I would rather a resweep because then that's also like an AMD model. And we can also take out those relative equal lows and maybe an SMT and actually tap the 15-minute, also EQ of the range, and then get a way, way, way better long, right? So what happened? We came lower, we got our SMT, we tapped the 15-minute, exactly what we wanted to see. We're pretty much in discount route, or we're pretty much in discount now. We had this 1 minute, and there was like also a 30-second, but since we started pumping a lot higher, I did say if we do come a little bit lower, I'll enter half my position, and then if we fully close, I'll enter the rest. So my fill was a little bit better than this final candle close instead of being up here. Um, and I just had my stops at the low. I could have had it at the body close, but the low was fine. And then the break even point at the 2-minute high that we made, and I just targeted 1 to 1.5, and then just got out there. Now I got out earlier than I thought I was gonna get out because I wanted to target 930 highs. There was new week opening gap above. You also had the all-time highs above, which I wasn't really gonna target. That was too high, but at least new week opening gap or at least the 930 highs. Um, the reason why I fully closed, and I said in the live too, was because ES ended up taking out these 930 highs like right away. Like ES barely came down, And yes, we had an SMT at the lows, which means ES is just trending higher and NQ is trending a little bit lower. So NQ has some catching up to do. But just the fact that those 930 highs are such a strong liquidity pool, if ES did take out those 930 highs and NQ was still trailing towards, I am gonna fully close. Like I really don't care if I'm in profit, I'm over 1 to 1. I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna take my profits because you can see some shit like this happening. And look what happens after. We drizzle maybe a little bit higher, and then don't reject anything. Like there's nothing really here, and we just dump, right? Because ES had taken out those 930 highs. Um, so yeah, that's kind of just the trade for the day. It was really quick and easy. Just stood out. It was a Monday too, but if you have something that clean, like we're gonna take it. Yeah, clean little 1 minute inverse, and yeah. Um, if you guys, yeah, I'm still in the live right now. If you guys have any questions about the trade today, just let me know. If not, we'll end it. And yeah, if any other questions come up, you guys can always just drop it in the comment section or join Discord and ask us one on one. So yeah, it's kind of it for today.